Hurricane Island. Once it was a thriving community based on a single industry, granite. From 1870 to 1914, the island's quarry sent granite to ports up and down the eastern seaboard. It boasted a post office, a school, and all the infrastructure needed to support a growing community. Then, the introduction of concrete and construction meant a sudden decline in the demands for granite, and the island community disappeared. Today, the island serves as an outpost for the Hurricane Island Outward Bound School. Aside from that, all you'll find are old granite foundations of houses and stores, and even a church, constructed in 1900. The equipment that once hauled granite from the quarry to the dock now lies rusting, grown up with weeds. For nearly a century, Hurricane Island has been a ghost town. Hurricane is just one example of the decline in year-round island populations. From a high of 300 such islands, now just 14 have year-round communities, and they face a precarious future. It's possible one or more of these 14 might become only summer havens. But is that really bad?
Islands are unique. They're unique laboratories to see how man and nature can work things out together.
Having kids out here, they get to grow up not only with brothers and sisters, but that's how everybody feels with your neighbor. It's like having a brother or a sister that lives up the road because you know you can always count on them. And that's an important lesson for not only kids to have, but for adults, that you can rely and trust somebody. And I don't feel that you get that in a lot of areas.
You got cell phones, you've got instant communication, you got all this stuff, and how important is it really? What's important to me is when the tide comes, because it means I can do my work of some sort or other, or when it goes, I can do other work. I think that idea of making life more elemental and having an example, a model of that kind of living, I think is probably worth something for a lot of people.
Islands share a unique place in Maine's history and culture. They were among the first places to be settled. In the days before highways, they were significant stops along the shipping routes between Europe and the East Coast. Sturdy ships were built here, and for generations they were sailed around the world by island-born captains. Maine's islands became a major source for the raw materials a growing nation needed. Granite from their quarries built monuments and significant buildings throughout the Northeast. Island fishermen helped feed a growing population. Over the years, their isolation and beauty have inspired creativity. Dozens of world-renowned artists have painted on Maine's islands. And just after 9/11, the people of North Haven brought their musical Islands to New York's Broadway, a gift from one island to another. If the year-round community that lives on these islands that lay off the coast of Maine are going to survive, they're going to need to deal with the very real problem of a declining population. There are certain core institutions that depend on a certain critical mass for them to continue to exist. Institutions like the school, like the church, the store, the post office. Why, even the ferry service depends on a certain basic number of people for it to continue. But it takes a very special person to live on an island year-round.
What it takes is a lot of hard work.
Well, you got to want it for one.
I think you have to be independent, you have to be self-reliant.
I think you just need to have respect towards the people around you.
You got to be neighborly, you got to be self-reliant.
You've got to be tough, you've got to be resourceful.
You've got to be somebody that doesn't have to have a lot of entertainment. You can entertain yourself.
Being able to help out when you're asked, but also being able to ask for help.